The world record for the loudest snore is a whopping 111 decibels. That's louder than a rock concert. Plus, 30% of couples sleep in separate rooms because of one partner's snoring. But did you know that snoring can actually be a sign of a deeper health issue? Don't fret, because whether you're a soft snorer or underway to breaking records, today we're diving deep into 8 natural techniques and snoring remedies to help you, or your loved one, stop snoring for good. And later on, we'll be revealing how you can get some exclusive free sleep-enhancing gifts, so look out for that. Let's kick things off at number 8 with positional therapy. This is all about how you position yourself when you sleep. You see, it's based on a simple observation: some people snore only when they're sleeping on their back. This is because, in this position, the base of the tongue and the soft palate can collapse to the back wall of the throat due to gravity. This narrows your airway, causing those all too familiar snoring sounds. But by simply changing your sleeping position, you can make a world of difference. Sleeping on your side is often recommended as the best position to reduce snoring. In fact, research by the Sleep Disorders Center found that positional therapy reduced snoring intensity in over 85% of participants. But how do you ensure you don't roll onto your back during sleep? Some folks use a simple trick: they sew a tennis ball into the back of their pajama top. When you try to roll onto your back, the discomfort of the tennis ball prompts you to return to your side. Over time, sleeping on your side becomes a habit, and voila, the snoring reduces. And if tennis balls aren't your thing, there are specialized positional therapy belts and devices that are designed specifically to keep you sleeping on your side. Moving on to number 7, let's talk about saltwater nasal rinses. Often referred to as saline nasal irrigation, this is a method where you flush out your nasal passages with a saltwater solution. Think of it as a detox for your nose. Over time, our nasal passages can get clogged with allergens, dust, and other irritants. These blockages can restrict airflow, leading to, you guessed it, snoring. A study from the University of California found that regular nasal irrigation reduced snoring intensity in participants. The saline solution helps reduce inflammation and swelling, making it easier to breathe. To try this at home, you'll need a neti pot or a squeeze bottle, some distilled or previously boiled water, and non-iodized salt. Mix about a teaspoon of salt in a pint of water, and after it cools to a lukewarm temperature, use the neti pot or bottle to gently rinse your nasal passages. But if pouring water up your nose isn't quite your cup of tea, hang tight. We've got more snore-busting techniques on the way. Alright, on to number 6, oral appliances. These are compact, custom-fitted devices that you wear in your mouth, similar to a mouthguard or a retainer. Their main job? To reposition your lower jaw and tongue slightly forward. This tiny shift can make a world of difference, creating a wider space in your airway and reducing the risk of it getting blocked, which is the primary cause of snoring. In fact, the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine found that these devices can be just as effective as CPAP machines for many snorers, especially those with mild to moderate obstructive sleep apnea. That's a big win for something that fits in the palm of your hand. But a word of caution: if you're considering an oral appliance, it's essential to get one that's tailored to you. Over-the-counter versions might be tempting, but they're often less effective and might not fit as well. However, it's worth the effort. Research at the Sleep Disorders Center found that over 80% of patients experienced less snoring when they used custom oral appliances. Next, at number 5, it's a remedy that's not only effective but also super accessible: nasal strips and dilators. First up, nasal strips. These are adhesive bands that you stick onto the outside bridge of your nose. When properly applied, they physically pull open your nostrils to let in more air. The result? A clearer pathway and reduced snoring. If you're not a fan of adhesives, you might want to consider external nasal dilators. These are stiff strips that you place on top of your nostrils, and they help to manually hold the nostrils open. Think of them as little door stoppers, ensuring your nasal passages remain wide open. According to a study by the American Journal of Rhinology, nasal strips and dilators can increase nasal passage volume by up to 30%. That's a lot more room for air to flow, reducing the chances of snoring. Up next at number 4, it's anti-snoring pillows. These are designed with a very specific purpose: to align your head and neck in a way that ensures your airway remains as open as possible. Some of these pillows use memory foam, which molds to the shape of your head and neck, providing optimal support. A study from the Journal of Sleep Disorders found that the right pillow can indeed make a difference in reducing snoring. Participants who switched to anti-snoring pillows reported not only less snoring, but also a better quality of sleep. And the idea of using pillows as a snoring remedy isn't new. Ancient civilizations used elevated pillows made out of wood or stone to keep the head raised, believing it would prevent snoring. Talk about a hard night's sleep. Here's a pro tip: when shopping for an anti-snoring pillow, look for one that's adjustable. Everyone's body is different, and being able to adjust the height or firmness of your pillow can make all the difference. And speaking of simple solutions, our next remedy is something you might already have in your medicine cabinet. Ever had a stuffy nose and reached for a nasal spray? Well, those very sprays might hold the key to reducing your nighttime symphony. At number 3, we're talking about nasal decongestants and nasal steroids. First up, nasal decongestants. These are sprays or drops that work by narrowing the blood vessels in the lining of your nostrils. This reduces swelling and helps open up those airways. When you can breathe easier, the chances of snoring drop. Now onto nasal steroids. These are a bit different. They reduce inflammation in the nose. If you've got chronic nasal congestion, maybe due to allergies or other reasons, these can be a game changer. By reducing inflammation, they ensure a smoother airflow, leading to quieter nights. A study at the University of Chicago Medical Center found that participants using nasal steroids experienced a significant reduction in snoring frequency and intensity. But did you know that the world's spiciest chili peppers can act as a natural decongestant? Capsaicin, the compound that gives peppers their heat, can clear your nasal passages. But maybe don't try snorting chili powder before bed. In all seriousness, if snoring has been a persistent issue, it might be worth checking if nasal congestion is the culprit. And with the right remedy, you could be on your way to quieter nights. Alright, up next, we have a remedy that might just strike a chord with the music lovers out there. But before we keep going, we want to give you your free gifts. Discover an entire world of sleep-boosting knowledge, tips, and tricks with the Sleep Hygiene Handbook, the Sleep Health Guide, 30 days free access to the Brainwave Club audio sessions, and the Snoring Gone in 3 Minutes program. Get each of these powerful gifts for free. Just click the link in the description below and start your journey towards better sleep. Okay, next at number 2, this could be music to your ears, singing or playing a wind instrument. I know it sounds a bit offbeat, but there's science behind the melody. Singing, especially exercises that target the throat muscles, can strengthen the soft palate and the pharyngeal muscles. When these muscles are toned, they're less likely to collapse and block the airway during sleep, which is one of the primary causes of snoring. Don't just take my word for it. A study by the University of Exeter examined individuals who practiced singing exercises for just 20 minutes a day. They found these people experienced a significant reduction in the intensity and frequency of their snoring. But for those who prefer instruments over vocals, playing a wind instrument can be equally beneficial. Instruments like the didgeridoo, flute, or clarinet require strong breath control and engage the muscles of the throat. Just like singing, this can lead to a toned airway, reducing the chances of snoring. A study in the British Medical Journal highlighted that individuals who played a wind instrument saw a reduction in their sleep apnea episodes and snoring. The circular breathing technique, where you breathe in through the nose while pushing air out through the instrument using your cheeks, is believed to strengthen your respiratory muscles. Coming in at number 1, we have the well-known CPAP machine. This stands for continuous positive airway pressure, and it's a device that's been a lifesaver for countless snorers and those with sleep apnea. So how does it work? Well, it's quite simple. The CPAP machine delivers a continuous stream of air that keeps your airway open throughout the night. The American Sleep Association has hailed CPAP as the most effective non-surgical treatment for snoring and obstructive sleep apnea. In fact, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine found that CPAP therapy not only reduces snoring, but also improves the overall quality of sleep, daytime alertness, and general life quality. For those wondering about how it looks, yes, it involves wearing a mask. But modern CPAP machines are designed with comfort in mind. Masks are lightweight, and many users say they get used to it pretty quickly. And let's be honest, wearing a mask is a small price to pay for a night of uninterrupted and snore-free sleep. Aside from these snoring remedies, there are some simple lifestyle changes you can try to help you stop snoring. Here are 4 quick tips. 1. Caffeine, alcohol, and sedatives. These might be part of your routine for winding down, but they can be culprits behind your snoring. All of these substances relax the throat muscles, making snoring more likely. A study from the Sleep Medicine Institute showed a direct link between alcohol consumption and increased snoring. So consider moderating your intake, especially close to bedtime. 2. Timing of meals. Ever felt that post-dinner slump? Heavy meals right before bed can press on your diaphragm, disrupting your breathing patterns. The Sleep Science Institute recommends giving your body at least 2 hours to digest before you get into bed. 3. Regular sleep routine. Consistency is key. By setting a regular sleep schedule, you not only improve your overall sleep quality but also reduce the chances of disruptions like snoring. It's all about syncing with your body's natural circadian rhythm. 4. Weight loss. Shedding those extra pounds, especially around the neck, can relieve pressure on your airway. The University of Bristol found that even slight weight reduction can lead to noticeably quieter nights. Sometimes, the key to a quiet night lies not in fancy devices or techniques but in the choices we make daily. From singing your heart out to adjusting your bedtime routine, there's a world of solutions out there. Remember, every individual is unique, so it's all about finding what works best for you. As we draw the curtains on this sleep journey, I encourage you all to stay curious and continue exploring the amazing world of sleep with us. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and don't forget your free sleep-boosting gifts in the description below. What's your favorite tip? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we hope you have a blissful, restorative night ahead. Good night and sweet dreams.